this story hit. Alien Romulus made the chestburster even more epic, according to a report. Alan, you got to explain this one to me. Okay, we're going to talk about the movie in a minute, but explain this. I need to have this explained to me.
Okay, let me get to the moment here. I'll just say it's in the headline, so we'll bring that up if I can find the right button. Yeah, there we go. How Alien Romulus made the chestburster even more epic. There's not one frame of CGI.
Well, there wasn't in the original chestburster either.
Right, and I think that's the point. We'll get into this with the review, but Fede Alvarez, you watch it, you know that most of this movie is practical.
Right.
We could talk about the CGI later, but right. It is that there has to be that shift. There has to be a shift where great filmmakers say CGI is just not doing it for us. And that we're going to build miniatures. We're going to build actual monster puppets. And we're going to actually burst through people's actual chests.
Right.
We're going to actually have murder on in our movie. Sorry, my phone's going off.
Right.
But yeah, you want me to read it or you want to comment?
Yeah, right. Read it.
Okay. Every once in a while, a film should put a new spin on things that make you think, oh, now I'm looking at the real version of this. Until Terminator 2, there was a standard sound for gunshots that everyone used. Then James Cameron showed up. I still have fresh memories of hearing that first Beretta that they shoot at the mall. Suddenly, it was this pop, very high-end sound with no low end. Watching that, I remember feeling that we've all seen guns being shot a million times. Even that can always be done better. Alvarez wanted to apply that same attitude to his new sequel, Alien Romulus. Has versions of familiar scenes you've seen before in the previous films, but with the dial turned way up. Take the chestburster, for example, the embryonic xenomorph emerging violently from John Hurt's chest in the original Alien is as iconic as anything in cinema, and some version of it has appeared in every franchise sequel or prequel since then. Alien Romulus naturally has a chestburster scene because viewers might ask for a refund without one. But Alvarez's version had an extra element adding on top of the central body horror. Instead of taking place at a dinner table, Alien Romulus chestburster takes place in a space shuttle, rapidly spiraling out of control and crashing into a massive space station that gives the film its title. We literally vibrated the set, Alvarez said, so the whole cockpit was built on a massive gimbal. So anytime there was a moment where the shuttle crashes into the station, the whole gimbal would shake. When the character falls, it's super violent. And we had to work with stunt doubles, obviously, to do it safely. During the whole birth and everything, all was shaking for real.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, we'll get into it when we talk about the film, but I do admire the fact that a lot of the effects were practical aliens, face huggers and whatnot. The things I have complaints about. I mean, the look of the film is something that is exceptional. Mm-hmm. The problems have nothing to do with that, but I have major problems with this movie when we get to our review very shortly. Now we have one more news story, but it's fine. I think the big problem is while it's real, and I think that's great, it's not really scary because we've seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it before. So, yeah. But I admire them for CGI is way overused in films these days. Way overused. I mean, that Snow White trailer is an abomination. It's an abomination. And one thing I'm surprised you have not pointed out. We know how much the animation industry cares about identity. Like if you're a woman animator, you're the only women animators can animate women. Well, did they get midgets to animate the dwarves? No, midget CGI artists. I'm not joking. Midget or little people, if that's the correct term, CGI artists to do the CG on the dwarves in Snow White.
Yeah, because they would understand the nuances of walking into a room, cleaning up a room, how difficult or the challenges little people face when doing that. I can't imagine a full size animator would understand those things. So yes, they should have brought in little animators.
Exactly. So look, kudos for him for not overusing CG. At the same time, there are other problems with this film, and we will get to. All right.